Hi everyone! Today I'm excited to share a bag reveal as well as the full bag review on this newest addition to my collection, a new to me Preloved Celine bag. So I'm Jo, otherwise known as the Little Bean on Instagram, TikTok, and now here on YouTube. I started this channel in order to provide more in-depth reviews on my bags, as well as to share more of my bag collections. As always, if you like this type of content, please be sure to like and subscribe. I'd love to have you as a part of this community. Now, before we do this bag reveal, I wanted to give a little information about today's sponsor, who is ZenPlus. ZenPlus is an online marketplace that is focused specifically on Japanese resellers. They actually have 3,000 trusted sellers that they work with and vet to join their online marketplace. Now, ZenPlus sells a variety of items that are specific to Japan. They have these really cute plushies and anime and all sorts of other things. But they also have an area focused on their luxury items. What's great is that they assist with the communication with sellers. And if sellers only engage in country, ZenPlus will still be able to ship the items internationally. In addition to that, if for some reason it is determined that an item purchased through ZenPlus is not authentic, they will guarantee a full refund. So again, it's just an added layer of peace of mind. So they were kind enough to gift this bag to me, which I'll be sharing today. And they were also kind enough to share a promo code. So the code is ZenBean24, and I will provide more details in the caption below as to what that discount will entail. I've also included a link to their newsletter, which will provide information on tips for shopping Preloved, also tips for bag care, and also information on the latest luxury fashion releases. Now, I have worked with ZenPlus a few times in the past, and so I'm familiar with their brand and their company. I've also purchased separately outside of our collaborations just as a regular customer as well, because I have found items that I love through their site. I've only had great experiences, and I do recommend checking out their site because I think it is a great way to find items that I feel like I can shop with full confidence. So without further ado, let's get into this bag here. So first off, I love Celine's dust bags. You can see they have they're double layered and they're just so luxe. So this bag came super well packed. So I did actually unbox this already. But here she is. This is the Celine belt bag in the pico size. Now, this specific size is unfortunately discontinued, which I think is just such a huge travesty because this bag is absolutely adorable and it is such a great size. So I'm really surprised that they actually chose to discontinue it. But either way, I wanted to do an in-depth review because you can still find them on the Preloved market. And I will say, spoiler alert, I do think this bag is worth the investment. So as usual, I will talk a little bit about the features of the bag. I'll give the measurements, a size comparison, what fits, pros and cons, and then my overall final thoughts on the bag. So for features, this is the smallest bag, or I guess it was the smallest bag in their belt bag line. It is called the belt bag for this iconic design here on the front. It has these extra little tassels that fall down. I think for some people they hang more straight, but the bag came with them folded a little under, which I actually prefer. So this small version has a magnet closure, and then it has an interior zipper section. It comes with a strap that does have adjustments available on it. Now in the interior, it's just like a suede type material and there are no pockets on the inside. Now this bag does not come with feet at the bottom, which I think is something that is missing on this bag. But luckily I do have handbag heels from the Gal's Guide, so I'm going to add those real quick. All right, and there you have it. I think that these little handbag heels just add an extra luxe look to this bag and help protect the bottom of the bag as well. So I definitely recommend them. These were gifted to me. They aren't sponsored, but I am a full believer of these, and I will include them in the caption below. All right, in terms of measurements, at its widest, it's about 8.5. In terms of height, it's about 6. And then width, it's about 3.5. So for size comparisons, I think my Chanel Mini is pretty close. I think the Pico actually fits substantially more than the Chanel Mini, but if you're looking initially at size, these two are rather similar. And here is the bag against the Pochette Métis. I wanted to choose a more popular bag so you guys could get a feel for the size comparison. So in terms of what fits, this bag really does pack a punch. So first I have my phone. Again, this is the 11 Pro. This bag does actually fit the mini pochettes. Then I have my favorite card holder, my key pouch, which has my key fob and house key, hand sanitizer, a mirror compact, perfume, lipstick, and a travel brush. For those wondering whether or not the iPhone Plus or the Pro Max will fit, I am happy to announce that it fits with no issue. So in terms of pros, I absolutely love the silhouette of this bag as well as the size. I think it's very classic and understated while still having a very chic and distinctive design. I also love that it has a top handle. I'm just a sucker for top handle bags. I love the feeling of this leather. Now it is more of a treated leather, it's coated, but I still feel like it has a softness to it, so it doesn't have that like plasticky feeling that you often get with Saffiano leather. It still just feels very pleasing to touch and has some like squish to it, so it's not super structured to the point that it doesn't expand. So that's how I can fit so much, because there is some give in the leather structure. I also do appreciate the fact that there is the option for this zipper here. Now, I think in reality, I likely will tuck this zipper down here and not really use it that much, because it does add, you know, an extra step to get to your items. But, you know, if you're traveling somewhere and you want to have a feeling of security, it is nice that it does have a zipper. And then, of course, I like that there is versatility, that you can add a crossbody strap as well. I do think the size is good for me. I don't feel like it overwhelms my petite frame. It is a bag that can fit a lot while still looking proportionate to my body. So in terms of cons, well, I think the first thing is the fact that it's discontinued, which again, I just think is such a shame. While I just love the look, I think some may not be a huge fan of the way that this closure is situated. It can be a little finicky at times, and take a little bit to get it to snap. Other times it's fine, but it's not as simple as just opening the bag. I think another thing is just, again, I like the fact that there is this zipper option, but in order to open and close the bag and tuck this zipper piece in, it's just a lot of extra steps. And so I just imagine, like if I have a lot of things in my hands and I'm just trying to get something out of my bag and I'm having to push this up and then open the zipper and then get my item. So in that sense, I feel like there are just a lot of extra steps, especially if you have the zipper part. But again, I do think that this is one of those bags that just is so cool looking. I'd be willing to sacrifice some aspects of functionality for it. In terms of wear and tear, overall, it is in really good shape. There isn't really any major damage, but I will note that there is one spot right here where there is wear on the glazing on both sides. And I think that is due to, when you constantly open the bag, it's rubbing against that one spot. So that is something to note, but overall, it's not extremely noticeable, but overall, I think the quality of the bag is really good, but that is probably an area to keep an eye on. One other thing as well is when I do pack it to the brim, it does get relatively heavy. I mean, to be clear, it's not some super heavy bag, but I will say it is a bag that I noticed that it felt heavier when I had so many items in it. So my overall thoughts on this bag, I think it is absolutely adorable. I think it is well made and a really classic style. And so I would recommend it if you can find one on the Preloved market. I would also recommend getting the feet on there just because I think they really look cute and look like a part of the bag overall. So that wraps up my review of the Celine Pico belt bag. I'd love to know your thoughts. Do any of you have this piece? Or do you have any Celine bags, and which is your favorite? Also, I'd love to know more about your purchasing habits. Do you like to purchase pre-loved, or are you one that tends to lean towards brand new retail items? There definitely isn't a right or wrong answer. And as always, I just love having discussions with you guys in the comments. As always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have you join this community here. Again, as a quick reminder, please definitely check out the ZenPlus website, their newsletter, and again, my coupon code information is in my caption below. If you'd like to see more content, I'll have 2 videos here and here. Otherwise, bye for now.